say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerge from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down will get 4 up to the 29.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 29, Greer. This one complete to Scott Miller.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot. Everyone filling their gaps.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Greer looks to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Olivier Vernon in there to bury him for a loss of 11. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
The NFC's Pro Bowl punter a year ago, Jack Fox, on to punt for the Lions. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On first down, Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now a give running left with Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
That's caught by Montgomery. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Justin Fields at quarterback gets the completion there. CD, what do you think the key is to stopping this talented former Buckeye?
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Rookie quarterbacks have to survive the initiation of the pressure of the NFL. Now, his athleticism can scare you a little bit because if he evades it, he can go a long way. But in the beginning, you want his eyes to go to the rush, not downfield. So bring those extra guys and see if he can handle it.
Back to Montgomery on second down. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Now a first down throw. Fields. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down. Another try after the first down sack. Greer. And Miller with it over the middle. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. First and goal from just inside the 5. Now it's Greer. Touchdown! That's caught. DJ Chark, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Out of the gun, Fields. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Chicago! For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard, where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Greer. Miller with a first down and more. And finally taken down at the 34.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Greer. Going up top for Miller. And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Back to throw. Fields. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Montgomery. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Fields on 3rd down. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he will have the Bears 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Now, despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
To throw again on 2nd down. Fields trying to lay one up deep. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Well, CD, when you combine accuracy with a big arm, you get throws like that. And Justin Fields may very well be making these kinds of plays at the pro level for years to come. Missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Greer. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now a 2nd down and 6. From the 50, here's Greer. And that's out to the flat for Swift. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Again, Greer. He wants it all for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. The second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Greer. Flushed out right. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A final shot before the break. Greer. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Running left, Montgomery. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions 32.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
7 yards, the pickup there. Second down and 3. Greer sets to throw. He'll get this off to Swift. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll make it 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, it's Greer. Escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 2nd down now. It's Montgomery, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the 50, here's Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
102 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Well, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
Now, there was a time when I would have been upset at teams throwing the ball with a big lead late, but I've evolved a little bit. I've come around. Ultimately, they're looking for first downs, and if they think the air is the best place to do it, then so be it. In addition, you probably got a quarterback that's a nice bonus if he keeps completing passes. So they want to keep throwing the football? Fine by me.
Back to Montgomery on second down.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Montgomery back to the ground. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. They'll try and throw for it. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws. And a fresh start for DeAndre Swift and his teammates with this brand-new coaching staff. And they believe he can be a 3-down back. They want to get him in space against linebackers. 46 catches his rookie year. They expect that number to get into the 60s.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
First down, Greer. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Miller. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Greer eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Man open. That's Byron Pringle complete. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far, and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a 4th quarter advantage. On second down, Herbert. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Got an open man, it's Pringle. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Greer. Flush to his right. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Now a 1st down throw. Greer. Pass complete. It's Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Greer with one final throw. Flushed out right. Open man right side is St. Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Over the tape. Hold him out.
And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your